Happy Father's Day, everybody. Happy Father's Day. Now, I will say, since it is Father's Day, I thought I would start out this set with maybe my favorite story about my son. Now, I have a lot of favorite stories about all my kids, but this one is my absolute favorite story about my youngest son. And so here's a couple things you need to know about him going in. First of all, my youngest son, here's what I love the most about him. No matter where he is, that's the best place he's ever been. Yo, that dude does not know how to have a bad time. And it's a great, I envy that attitude. And by the way, look, his energy is crazy. I could put him down at any of your tables. He could talk to any of you for an hour and you'd be like, oh, I know this dude for a decade. Like, it's crazy, that kind of, I don't even know if you call it a skill, but it's born, you know? He is also the dumbest of my three kids. Now, he's not dumb. I'm not saying he's dumb, but who has multiple kids in here? Anybody have multiple kids? Hey, look, if you got multiple kids, you've got a dumb one too. That's all I'm saying. They may not be stupid, but there's a stupidest one out of all of them. That's the dumb one. And I'm going to tell you something else. If you got more than one kid, you have had this conversation with your partner in the bedroom. What the fuck are we gonna do with the dumb one? We're gonna let him walk out there by himself? He's so fucking stupid, you know what I mean? Here's my favorite story about my son. So, a long time ago, when I was a single guy, I used to take the kids down to Mexico and on day trips. And because Mexico, I lived in Southern California, it was cheap. You can go down there for $50. It's a new culture, you know what I mean? It's a new country, and it's super cool adventure, you know? So, but you couldn't go until you were 7. So by the time Jakey turned 7, I was married, but he was like, I want to go to Mexico. And I said, cool. And he was, guys, driving down to Mexico, he was pumped. The whole way, right? Just fucking pointing things out. He's like, is that Mexico? I'm like, no, that's Home Depot. But we're driving down there. We get to Mexico. We're there for about an hour. And he turns to me, he goes, ha, Dad! I love, and by the way, he has always stood like Forrest Gump. I have no idea why. This dude has always, he was a great baseball player. He'd hit a double and slide into second and he'd pop up like this. And I was always like, great hit, buddy, put your hands down, great hit. You know? Not bad, well, you know. So we're there for an hour. And he goes, ha! Dad, I love Mexico. Everybody here is so smart. And I was like, what makes you say that, man? He goes, ha! They all know how to speak Spanish. And I was like, oh, come here, you dumb motherfucker. Okay. Daddy's gonna take care of you for as long as he has to, I guess. You're gonna live with me till you're 40, aren't you, buddy? We were there for another hour. And this dude decides he can speak Spanish. Because to him, it sounds like this. And I go, hey man, hey. I said, do not speak the Spanish. And he goes, no, I know how to speak it. I go, no, you don't. I don't. So we walk around for a while. We end up going to a restaurant, you know? And we sit down, and the dude drops 2 menus. And in English, he says to me, what can I get you to drink? I said, I would love a Modelo, please. He said, absolutely. And in English, he says to my son, what can I get you to drink, young man? My son's looking at the menu, and he's like, And he goes, Mexican Coke. I go, what are you saying to this dude? And he walks away. I go, Jakey, what'd I tell you, man? Do not speak the Spanish. And he goes, no, I know how to talk it. I go, no, you don't. And he got really cocky. He goes, he took my order. I was like, you said the word Coke, bro. You know what I mean? I said, listen, man, I know you don't understand this, and I know you don't mean to, but you're insulting this man's culture and his heritage and his language, and you're doing it right to his face. And I'm telling you right now, that's not okay. So under no circumstance are you to speak the Spanish ever again. Do you understand me? And he goes, yes, Dad. So we finish up our food, right? And because I tell him not to speak the Spanish, he's sulking, and he's like, I just want to go home. I said, all right. He goes, can I lay down on the back seat and go to sleep? And I was like, sure. So we're driving up to the border, and the Border Patrol guy, he says to me, he goes, can I see your ID? And I said, yeah. And he goes, great. He said, you got a birth certificate for the kid? I said, no. Why do I need a birth certificate for my kid? And he said, well, I got to make sure every child that leaves Mexico isn't Mexican. How do I know he's not Mexican? And I was like, so I said, Jacob, speak the Spanish. This dude's head popped up from the back seat like, and the guy just looked at me and he looked at him and he was like, have a great day. We're driving out of Mexico, right? 15 minutes. No, neither one of us said anything. And he's just looking out the back window and it's rolled down. He's got the wind blowing in his face. And I just hear him mumble under his breath. I told you I know how to speak Spanish. Fucking dick.